Good evening, I'm Ayshah Tull. Now, the main stories in London. A serial killer serving 2 life terms in prison has confessed to the murder of a student who went missing in Ealing 22 years ago. Elizabeth Chow, who was 19 at the time, vanished a mile from her home in April 1999. 54-year-old Levi Belfield handed his lawyer the confession last month, ITV News can confirm. Belfield is already in prison for killing schoolgirl Millie Dowler, 19-year-old Marsha McDonnell and French student Amélie Delarange. Police will use their full range of powers to prevent disruption to the coronation as plans have emerged to sabotage the event. Deputy Prime Minister Oliver Dowden says all necessary steps will be taken following reports that protesters are planning to throw rape alarms to spook horses in the procession, risking the safety of the crowds. The policing will be similar to the Platinum Jubilee last year. Thousands of runners took to London's rainy streets for the first spring marathon since 2019. For Mo Farah, it was a final race in his hometown, but for those looking to break fundraising records rather than timing ones, the marathon is often the most important opportunity of the year. Our reporter Jay Akbar spent the day with one charity from southwest London to see what difference this special day can make.
From afar, it's an endless sea of runners. But at ground level, these are 50,000 individual whys.
Because trust me, from experience, you don't run 26.2 miles for nothing. Now, some of these heroes will be running for a cause they really care about. Some of them will just want to get a little bit healthier.
For Ben, it's helping Royal Trinity Hospice, who cared for his dad in his final moments. They set up a little cheering section at London Bridge, complete with proud mum and girlfriend, who was furiously refreshing the tracking app when, out of nowhere, kiss for good luck, and off he went for another 14 miles, leaving behind some extremely proud cheerleaders.
It's been a long day.
When you add in that added bonus of doing it for someone in the memory of someone, it just makes it so special.
He was there for 3 weeks, and honestly, he was, if you can say he had a happy death, that's about as far as, about as near as we can get to it. I mean, it was amazing. Makes me want to cry now.
Carol's right to be proud, as is Matthew and Rosie, who just spotted their superhero at mile 13.
She had our son a year ago, so this is her second marathon just having a baby, so she's crushing it.
Not all superheroes wear capes, well, these two do, but most of them turned up today in their chosen charity's vests instead. A record £58 million was raised for charitable organisations in 2022. For small organisations like the South West London Hospice Ben is running for, it's extra special.
Many of our runners are running because of the care that they or their family members receive from Royal Trinity Hospice. So it means a lot to them, it means a lot to us, and we're incredibly grateful that we'll raise over £35,000 from the 22 runners today.
Speaking of, Ben finished in an extremely respectable 4:48 and still found the energy to send us a special message from the finish line where he was reminded of his why, his dad.
Those 3 weeks that we had at Trinity with him were times that we can really, really cherish. It's a very, very special thing that they do there at the hospice, and it's a completely selfless thing.
So is running 26.2 miles for charity, Ben. Now go put your feet up. Jay Akbar, ITV News.
Now it's time for the sport.
Zero Accounting Software sponsors ITV Regional Sports Report.
In the Premier League, West Ham beat Bournemouth 4-0, marking a step towards safety. The Hammers scored twice in the opening 12 minutes, with captain Declan Rice scoring the third goal just before half-time. Fornals finished it off in the 72nd minute. And in the Rugby Premiership, Saracens beat London Irish 45-21 to ensure they will finish top of the league. Defeat means that the Exiles' top 4 hopes are over. Here's the weather now with Chris Page.
Feels like home, whatever the weather. Valent Boilers and Heat Pumps sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
Hello there. Very good evening to you. Yes, the London Marathon today has been scuppered by some outbreaks of quite heavy rain at times first thing this morning. Grey, cloudier skies. At least the winds have been fairly light, although through this afternoon most of the clouds started to clear, a few brighter spells. But we've also seen a rather mix of heavy scattered showers at times too. A real change to the forecast as we start the new working week though, still with an area of low pressure overnight tonight, but then we see this change, the northerly winds set up, dragging their colder air down from the Arctic, which means I still hope you've got that woolly pulley to hand because it's going to be a rather cold and chilly start to the new working week. We still have some showery outbreaks of rain to contend with for the rest of this evening and overnight. Some of those could be rather heavy, giving quite a bit of spray on the roads as we start tomorrow morning. But for most of us as we kick off into the new working week, a few bright spells, just a 1 or 2 showers, and for most temperatures around 6 or 7 degrees. For much of tomorrow, yes, there'll be some sunny spells. The cloud, though, tending to increase to the afternoon, with more showers drifting their way in across southern home counties later. Could be some rather heavy ones in there as well, merging to give some longer spells of rain with the odd rumble of thunder. Highs tomorrow, just 11 or 12 degrees Celsius. That's 54 in Fahrenheit. But through Tuesday, there's a little respite. Yes, we've got one system towards the far south and west, but we're in between weather systems. The winds stay fairly light and we'll see some sunshine too. A rather chilly and possibly frosty start though to Tuesday, holding on to some sunny spells for the afternoon with top temperatures of 12 degrees Celsius and a little milder as we end the week. That's it from me. Bye-bye.
Valent sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
And that's all from us. Bye-bye.